saw a comment was like,
Nah,
imagine spending $3,000 on a headset and you still riding the train.
that's what I'm saying though. What are you doing? What are we doing with our resources?
Hello? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Recently saw Shin Kamen Rider. That was an experience me and Cordero had. Shin Kamen Rider was cool because I got to show my friends what I've been watching the past like few years. Like what's taken over my attention. Like what took me away from Power Rangers. What made me be like, yo, Power Rangers is what I want. It's Super Sentai. It's Tokusatsu. And then hearing about the Shin Godzilla movie, and then how they were doing a Shin Kamen Rider, and it was all done by the creator of Evangelion. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'd be crazy to not watch it. Funny enough, almost missed it too, because I was underselling the fan base of Tokusatsu here in New York. When I tell you that majority of these multiplex theaters was sold out of Kamen Rider tickets because it was a one night only type deal, I was sick. I was disgusted. Tajador.
What you been listening to lately?
I tried to listen to Travis Scott's newest album again just to get a fresher ear. Not really a huge fan of it, to be honest, but
Cause it's bloated. Like his his songs are like scores. They're like
yeah,
big and they have that much energy, every single one of them.
yeah.
So when you tell me he loaded up a 22 album, no break, no transition, it's just 22 Travis Scott songs in a
Yeah,
row.
back to back. And I wanted to like it because I was a huge fan of Astro World. Birds in the Trap, Sing Brian McKnight is like an up there album for me. It's so good, like front to back. And I'm like, he's a good artist, but I don't know what was off about this one for me. I see online that Killer Mike won the Grammy, and like a bunch of Gen Zers are mad because they don't even know who that is. Like
And
that's
these
sad.
probably the same people that are upset that Spider-Man 2 didn't get Game of the Year.
Yes, absolutely. No, absolutely. Because they were
It's like
mad that Travis didn't win. So I was like, huh?
Trav had like 3 hot songs on that album that I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Fiend,
T-
the track
twin,
with Drake.
twin, twin, twin bitches, twin bitches
That's it.
jumping
That's
at the
it.
jet ski.
And you got 19 other songs.
Right.
You got 19 other songs.
Right.
Meanwhile, as soon as Killer Mike album came out, people just felt something in their spirit. It was just
Lost it.
yo,
He
you did something with this one.
he got Andre out the closet. He pulled that out the closet real quick.
But these are the same people mad that Spider-Man 2 didn't win Game of the Year. Where they're like, what the fuck is Baldur's Gate 3? And it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's a dungeon crawler and it's a sequel. So
Yeah.
you brought out OG people, Diablo 3, Dungeons
Yes.
and Dragons people. So you're losing.
Yes.
And
You
then,
are
and then
losing.
the fact that the same month I think that Spider-Man 2 came out and I had coworkers asking me for gaming recommendations specifically because they just beat Spider-Man 2. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
You
No.
don't want to play it again, do you? Nope.
Just
Nope.
fiending.
No replay value.
None.
I've been in a find something, read it up to a point, and then then you find out it has an anime. So then I'm like, all right, let me watch that season I just read, and then on the off season I'll just read ahead and just kind of get the context of where we're at, because it's kind of almost like I'm reliving my teenage years or like preteen years with like Naruto and stuff, because that's kind of what I was doing. Like I was reading ahead and then watching it as it caught up, just so I could see the fight sequences better, see how they do it, see how they reimagine it, and then just rinse and repeat that.
Mm.
Like all the stuff I was telling you about last year, all the things I read last year, I've stopped. Like I'll just like let me let the chapters collect. Two or three of the ones I was reading are already getting animes, so I'm like, well, let me just wait for those to come out, and then that way enough time has passed that like, oh, I kind of forgot some stuff, and oh, okay, so it just feels exciting again, but I also kind of know what's about to happen, like maybe certain key points. Um, and that's just been a fun like in and out ride.
I'm looking for isekai recommendations. After watching Chilling in My 30s, I realized isekais might be the way to go for me now. As an older anime watcher, I guess. Or just like somebody that's trying to get out of the shonen chokehold that's just had me locked down for years now. Run straight through them. Straight through them.
Yeah, it's an interesting music landscape right now. Cause I don't want to hate it. I'm not. I'm either checking for what my favorites up to, or I'm just really going back, like back into time, and just being like, damn, I missed this whole artist from '09 to 2016 when they were hot, and I was just not checking. Or they're just still putting out music, and they just don't have the like. For some reason, I don't see them on my immediate, new release Sunday or whatever.
Mm.
Or Friday, new release Friday. Yachty having a whole comeback out of nowhere.
I didn't know what his career was like, the ups and downs, and then really understand that like he got started when he was 16 with
Yeah,
the internet. So it's just been him just trying stuff since he was 16.
yeah.
And now he finally grew into, I guess, the artist.
Now he's like trying to rap and like either rap or just be like mad. Like he's trying to do. And I'm not even gonna say trying to like he's copying, but he's going for a Tyler the Creator rebrand. Cause it's like you knew him from Minnesota and singing those like weird Rugratsy croons, and it was cool for like an album. But then like, cause I liked his first album, Lil Boat, like the official Lil Boat. It's actually a really fun album. Like very like Nickelodeon instrumentally, and like
I'm
he's
crying.
it is. I'm telling you, it's a lot of those like that the xylophone gloom gloom gloom, like those those type of beats, and he's crooning and being weird, and I was like, yeah, this is a 17-year-old having fun. This is fine. And then Lil Boat 2 and 3, I didn't really check for. Like I'm like, and I feel like maybe that's part on him being part of QC at the time, and he was kind of shadowed out by Migos.
Everybody was shouted out. But I
Yeah.
mean, them motherfuckers took over the world for like
Yeah.
2 solid years.
Yes. I
Look at
think.
my dad.
Look at my dad. All of it. Bad and bougie, all of it. And I think he just signed on at an inopportune time.
And then just mainly reading One Punch just to figure out what was going on, because I always liked One Punch Man. I just was like not. I was never super invested because of how funny it was. It was just like, oh, this is just a parody anime. Like, that's cool, that's fun. and it's very well animated. So I'm like, hell yeah. But realizing that like Saitama is like the new Goku, I'm like, oh well, why do y'all like him so much? Because he doesn't have half the character as Goku has. Like he's kind of an asshole. Like he's so apathetic about everything. And I'm like, that's not what Goku's about. Goku's strong, but Goku also cares about his friends and he wants to save the planet. Saitama don't want to leave his house, and he has the ability to save the planet. So it's just one of those like, why do y'all like this guy? And
He's an otaku. That's why.
he really is like, bro. He goes to the grocery store and back while the world is crumbling around him. And after it was kind of funny to start, but now it's like, yo, you are letting like with the arcs that I've been reading, it's like, yo, you've been letting people die. Like you out here being stupid, going on a little mini adventure while the main battle's happening like above you, and you are not here for it. I'm kind of mad at you right now.
That's funny.
I'm really mad at you right now.
Baki Hama, I watched that recently. Well, at least the pickle arc. That was a trip. Baki's been really good because I didn't realize they were ending the show like right after the pickle arc. So it was like was bowling pins? Was that the sound it just made? That just knock over a gang of villains and they sounded like bowling pins. Baki was really interesting because it was the same shonen rules of you got the teenage prodigy that has the potential and can beat anybody. Not only is it possible for him to beat everybody, he is beating everybody. And then his loss is almost by choice, which that was shown in this season. And also remembering that like his goal is to beat his dad. That's like the point of his creation. His dad had him just to have somebody that he knew had the chance of beating him because nobody else can. And that's just like why Baki is like another show. Like just a personal favorite of mine. It's very wild, very gay, but it's dope. It's like the head side. If JoJo is on a coin and it's tails, Baki is heads. Like it's the same joint going on.
Yeah, people got their greats of this generation. Travis Scott is definitely one. He's like,
Fiend.
yeah. But Killer Mike was overdue. So that and The Weeknd. They love The Weeknd, boy.
I'm still not a Weekend fan.
Really?
Nah.
Early, late, or just in general?
Just in general, like, cause like I found out about him once he popped on the internet from like the trilogy.
Yeah, I used to. Did you ever go on the Hip Hop DX website
Didn't.
years ago? So this was like 2009, 2010, and it was like kind of where I could go to get like find out about new albums coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just click a link and it would like play it, whatever, or like it would take you somewhere. And
I was live mixtapes.
Okay, live mixtapes. It's all in the same. It's like there was like 3 or 4 websites that came out on that time. Dat Piff, Hip Hop DX. It was like the red logo or whatever. I remember because I would just randomly click because I was just interested. I remember clicking on House of Balloons, his first album. Like literally, it came out that day, and like they released it that day, and I just listened to it. I was like, "What is this? This shit is hypnotic. This nigga is coked up. Like, Coke Abel was different. Fuck all this. Well, right now, nah, nigga. When that nigga was sad and on heavy drugs,
Don't you fall in love?
yeah. Girl, I give you all of me. Give you more than this. Like, can't feel myself. I'm like, nigga,
It's a
what?
room full of niggas.
Yes, that.
What you bothering me for? This ain't no fucking sing along.
So
Girl, what you singing for?
Take your nose off my keyboard, nigga. What?
Opening line.
Yes.
And loving the crew.
Loving the crew.
You called it though. A while back, you were saying it basically is like, yo, you could just do the story with this guy, with Garu, and that's kind of what they've been doing. Like,
Mm.
Garu is definitely the shadow protagonist, or not even protagonist, just shadow main character. He's a shadow MC. He's not a protagonist. He's not a good guy, but he's also not a 100% bad guy at the same time.
So not even Genos.
No, not even Genos. Genos is at this point has become a gag. The nigga keeps breaking himself like every like
Yeah,
it's,
he gets new arms.
he gets new
and then-
arms, he gets a new body, he gets a new power core, he gets a new surveillance system, he gets a new everything and breaks it within like 2 battles. And I'm like, all right, nigga, I see what this. You don't know what you're doing with your stuff. And then these other characters like the bench characters were sitting up. They came to play. Blackluster has some like probably 10 chapters of heat. Like how you talk about how you appreciate the way they show black characters in Baki. I'm just like, oh, y'all bossed this guy up. Like I really like this. I like what y'all did for this character who like for a minute you just kind of felt like was just like a stereotype, you know, because you just see a greased up black dude with big lips, and you're like, all right, what are we doing here? But they definitely gave this guy depth. But again, I just was like, yeah, I kind of don't like. I like Saitama less and less as it goes.
Did you hear about the Apple specs headsets?
Yeah, I see people walking around in them, and like the videos of people walking around with them. Looking wild. So I got in his Tesla typing on a computer in his head.
Nah, man, I'm good. That's too disconnected.
Yeah.
What was the point of going outside?
That's what I'm saying. This dude like on the train, typing.
That
In
looked
the air.
wild. That looked wild. That looked like you just feel too safe.
Yeah, New York subway shouldn't be that.
Like that.
Like
that
that's
that inspires supervillain type energy right there. It's like, bro, you telling me you that comfortable to pull out $3,500 VR specs on public transportation in 2024?
that's where we at.
That's vigilante inspiration, right?
I saw a comment was
Well,
like,
nah.
imagine spending $3,000 on a headset and you still riding the train.
That's what I'm saying, though. What are you doing? What are we doing with our resources?
I mean, it hit me yesterday because I almost ran over a DoorDash dude. Because this nigga
Damn.
because he crossed over the lane like last second, like they be doing. And I'm trying to get on the FDR, and this nigga is zipping and zapping and zopping, and just like cut like on the electric bike too, just going pizzas in the back and everything. And I was like, I slam on the brakes, and then I'm sitting here, going off. But then it hit me. I was just like, damn, like this nigga is gonna go deliver that pizza to some overpriced apartment in the city, and I'm like, damn, we normalized having niggas bring us food. Just like random people risking their life to deliver pizza to college students. This is crazy. Like I just lost. I had a moment to myself. I had a moment to myself.
Costco is littered with
Instacart
people.
Yeah.
Littered. It's like you ain't got nothing else to do.
You see the dude pull up with the 2 flatbeds. Niggas start taking boxes out of produce. You like, oh.
And they talking ish to each other. It's like, yeah, I ain't getting nothing. They chilling in the food court.
But we normalized that. And that shit just like, I had a moment to myself. I'm like, yo, we don't need nothing. But we got money to spend like $50 on $15 worth of fast food. But it's like, how did that happen? Like, it don't make no goddamn sense.
At all.
How did we say yes to this? How did we How did they trick us into thinking that was convenient? That in an hour you can get something cold that you could have got in your car and spent 15 minutes to go get hot. What?
Crazy,
and
right?
pay more money? Oh no, but you don't gotta leave your house. You don't gotta leave your house.
The bullshit isn't cheap anymore. So like now what we really doing?
Oh
How did I get 2 things from Taco Bell and it spent $10?
Yeah.
Now it made no sense.
I think it was the last time I was in the Brooklyn spot for 420 when we were like we went and got McDonald's mad late. And it hit me when it was like, yeah, the McChickens is $2.59, $2.79. I'm like, nigga, what? Hold on. McChickens. Two what?
You talking about that barely a chicken patty
Yeah.
with sloppy lettuce and mayo is
Yeah.
$3?
Yes.
Something ain't right.